What is happening to Bitcoin and Ethereum? Bitcoin is dumping, but Ethereum is staying strong. Are you catching any of this? Do you understand what's happening? See, this is a chart between Ethereum compared to Bitcoin. It shows the relative strength of Ethereum against Bitcoin. See, now this bounced from 0.05 all the way up to 0.06. That means Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin as Bitcoin is dumping, right? As Bitcoin is dumping. Who could have predicted this? And of course, this is Pablo, myself, right? On Christmas Eve, no less, predicting that this is the most important chart in crypto because, where I'm expecting this 0.05 level is where Bitcoin is going to bounce off. And that's exactly what happened. So Bitcoin, as I've been saying, is likely to do a pullback into the 30s, right? It'll be lucky if it hangs around in the high 30s, but more likely it can actually touch mid 30K. Mid-30s, like 35, 34K. That's entirely possible because all these ETFs are dumping on it. Now, what is going to happen to ETH? Which ETH coins, if they're performing so strongly, which Ethereum coins should we get into? Well, what's this Ethereum coin that's just gone up 3x in the last 1 week or so, right? It's ENS, where Ethereum Name Services, right? And who could have told you about this? Well, folks might remember that back in November, right, Pablo was already saying that Ethereum naming services, ENS, is going to pop, right? And back then was at $8. Now it's at like $25, right? So a 3x pop. What's the logic behind this? The logic is simple because I said the ETFs are coming, right? Wall Street, like BlackRock, is coming into this crypto space. And they're not going to use long strings of numbers as addresses. See, like when you send your funds to another crypto wallet or to your friend or whatever, or when you receive it from somebody else, you usually send them your address. And we all know that's like a very long string of numbers and letters, and it's not user-friendly at all. So now what they're doing is for the addresses, they're saying, well, you can enter an address or an ENS name, so like a Ethereum naming service name. So you could just say, let's send it to, say, LarryFink.eth. Larry Fink is the name of the guy who founded BlackRock, by the way, or PabloHeyman.eth, or mygirlfriend.eth, or whatever, right? So it simplifies it. It's more like an email address rather than a long string of numbers and letters which nobody can remember. Okay, now that was for the Ethereum naming services, but what's something for the Bitcoin chain, right? What's the equivalent of ENS, which has already gone up 3x, but for the Bitcoin chain? Now, what I'm looking at is BNSX. Yes, that stands for Bitcoin Naming Services X, right? So that is also addresses the growing need for decentralized identity. And it's not just coming from me. Listen to the head of BlackRock himself.
As I said, these are just stepping stones towards tokenization. And I really do believe this is where we're going to be going. We have the technology to tokenize today. If you want to think about this. If you had a tokenized security and you have a tokenized identity.
Did you hear that? That was from the head and the founder of BlackRock itself, the largest hedge fund in the world, saying that there's going to be tokenized identities, right? So I would be PabloHeyman.eth or PabloHeyman.btc, and he would be LarryFink.eth or LarryFink.btc. And that is why ENS has taken off 3x in 1 week, as I predicted. You all saw in my Twitter. Now, for the Bitcoin chain, it's not ENS, but BNSX, and they have this functionality as well. They would create something.btc, like PabloHeyman.btc or LarryFink.btc or Joe Biden.btc or Donald Trump.btc, and that's how you identify each other, right? It's similar to that, DID, which stands for Decentralized ID identity system. Similar, akin to ENS, right? Now, I'm not related or sponsored or anything to do with BNSX or ENS, but I'd like to tell you folks about what is likely to pop ahead of time. If you miss out on ENS, this BNSX could work.